happening to me is not something unique happening to me alone. It's a broader process that is taking place all over the country. We are all aware how prominent intellectuals, lawyers, writers, poets, activists, student leaders, they are all put into jail just because they have expressed their dissent or raised questions about the ruling powers of India. So we are part of the process. As such, in a way, I am happy to be part of this process because I'm not a silent spectator, but I'm part of it, part of the game, and ready to pay the price, whatever be it.
Today marks the second death anniversary of Jesuit priest and advocate for tribal Adivasi rights, Father Stan Swamy. On the 5th of July, 2021, Father Stan died in judicial custody after being admitted to a Mumbai hospital following a cardiac arrest. Before his death, Father Stan had also contracted COVID while in the prison. The 84-year-old activist and priest was suffering from several ailments, including Parkinson's disease, a debilitating central nervous system disorder. Father Stan Swamy was arrested on October 8, 2020. He was imprisoned at the Taloja jail at Navi, Mumbai, after being charged under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, 1967, UAPA. He died without his case ever coming to trial.
We observe tomorrow, the 5th of July 2023, the second death anniversary of our beloved Father Stan Swamy. Father Stan Swamy is relevant today and will continue to be relevant. He is relevant where I am concerned for three interrelated reasons. Because of his compassion, his courage, and his commitment. He had a tremendous amount of compassion for the poor and the marginalized, for the Adivasis, for the Dalits. He was able to walk the talk. He accompanied them in their relentless struggle for a just, more humane, equitable, and dignified society. He had courage, and his courage was prophetic. He was able to speak to the powerful. He was able to speak the voice of truth, of justice. And that is why they were angry. The powerful, the vested interest, the mafia mining, the politicians who did not like him, and in that sense, he was finally murdered institutionally. And finally, he had commitment. He took his vows as a Jesuit, yes. Many of us religious do take our vows. But his commitment was to the ushering, to the realization of the kingdom of God here on this earth. To people who needed a voice. To people who needed a face. And above all, for those people whom the Lord truly called his own. That is Stan Swamy, a man of great compassion, of courage, and of commitment.
To mark the second death anniversary of Father Stan Swamy, the 11 social activists who are jailed in the Elgar Parishad case have gone on a day-long hunger strike today. They have composed an imaginary letter from Father Stan Swamy to the President of India, Draupadi Murmu, terming it Prayers That Never Came to Be.
The life of Father Stan Swamy, his works, and his ultimate death has left a message of endurance for all of us, especially at a time when institutions that are mandated to uphold the Constitution, a large section of the Fourth Estate have forgotten their role in society, when faith-based organizations and bodies have kept quiet and are silent on the happenings around them. I think so. Father Stan Swamy stands very tall, like a lighthouse. And I remember Cardinal Newman's poem, Lead Kindly Light, amidst the encircling gloom. lead thou me on, the night is dark, and I am far from home. I hope that Father Stan Swamy continues to shine and to lead us as we move ahead. Thank you.
Juan Gonsalves, a trade unionist, activist, academic and co-accused in the Elgar Parishad case, has written a document that highlights the apathy of the National Investigating Agency and the jail authorities towards Father Swamy's age and fragile condition during his detention. On Father Stan's brutally abrupt arrest by the NIA, Gonsalves writes that the NIA officers had called Swamy to Mumbai under the pretense of interrogation by higher authorities. He was, however, taken directly to the National Investigative Agency court, where Swamy was jailed with the cold collusion of the judge.
As Manipur burns, we remember with reverence Stan Swamy on his second death anniversary, for the stand that he took, for the life that he lived, and for the sacrifice he offered even unto death.
In another ode to his memory, forest rights activist, former Fellow of the Prime Minister's Rural Development Fellowship Programme of the Union Ministry of Rural Development, and co-accused in the Elgar Parishad case, Mahesh Raut has drawn a painting of Father Stan Swamy.
What has changed since the custodial death of Father Stan Swamy in the year 2021 on 5th of July? I guess nothing. Father Stan Swamy is dead. Rather, it would be appropriate to say he was killed by the hate-filled power machinery. After 9 months of judicial custody, where he was under trial for the crimes he may not have committed. Do you remember? He was 83 then, suffering from Parkinson's disease. And yes, not to forget, COVID-19 was at large. Let me ask you this. How many of us do really know about Father Stan Swamy? Of his work? Of his life? Why was he held in the custody? How did he die? Don't answer me. Answer for yourself. A true tribute to the late Reverend would be if I am able to reach you, my dear brothers and sisters. At least try finding few answers to the questions I raised before you.
Meanwhile, human rights activists in Jharkhand have decided to take a pledge to continue their fight for jal, water, jungle, forest, and Jameen, land. They also demand for the punishment of those responsible for the murder of Father Stan Swamy. CPIML leader Bhubneshwar Kevit said that on 5th July, the rights activists, civil society organizations, and members from left parties and the Rashtriya Janata Dal, under the banner of Shahid Father Stan Swamy Nyaya Morcha, are observing Sankalp Sabha across all the 24 districts of Jharkhand.
Jesuit, the martyrdom ought not become a day to showcase my order and love for Father Stan and zeal for the poor only. I believe even Father Stan won't approve of that. It should rather serve as the day for me to become aware of the personality of Father Stan and see what I can take home from his life. In other words, let the life of Father Stan affect my inner being and bring about a social transformation within me. Let the occasion for me be an opportunity to introspect, evaluate, and mend my Jesuit life. Thus, a true tribute to a true martyr like Father Stan Swamy would be to become another Stan Swamy, that is, being fearless and prophetic in walking with the excluded. Thank you.